Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the respected dignitaries, distinguished speakers, honorable participants, the loving audience, and all the beautiful people present here from all around the globe. I, Ms. Nada Ratkovic, IIU Europe co-founder, president of Research Center, country director, IIU board member, and the COO of the Global Education Community 2030, welcome you all to the two-day international conference on the topic Multidisciplinary Education and Research, the day one jointly organized by International Internship University, Global Community for Education 2030, and IIU Research Center. Let me first introduce our organizers. Global Community for Education 2030 has been formed to promote and implement United Nations 2030 Agenda SDG 4 for making education accessible to all through partnerships, policy guidance, capacity development, monitoring, advocacy. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development is a plan of action for people, planet, prosperity, comprises 17 SDGs. SDG 4 is the education goal to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities to all. Education 2030 is declaration and a framework for action for the implementation of SDG 4. Professor Pradipta Mandal is founder of Global Educators Forum, Global Metaverse Community, and he is the founder of Global Education Community. Mr. Piyush Pandit, founder International Internship University, is the president. Professor Nada Ratkoch is the COO, and Dr. Snikta Kandab is a chairperson of Global Community for Education 2030. IIU is a leading virtual education system, a global brand confederation, which is the most valuable and trusted worldwide and reputed in delivering innovative programs. Globally, it is a trusted name for quality training programs and is committed to providing better and virtual education to all the young learners of the globe. IIU, in a short span of time, has spread its wings in 195 countries and 6 continents under the strong leadership of its visionary founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit Sir, a committed and inspiring social activist, a passionate educationist from the last 2 decades, providing education to students from various social and cultural backgrounds. IIU Research Center is a unique hub and it is giving an opportunity to the researchers, authors, educators, students, scholars across the globe and enhances the research opportunities, academic excellence, real-world problem-solving, knowledge creation, and dissemination. The high-caliber global educators team is dedicated to it. So, like a careful consideration, always particle concern on the problem using scientific methods. Me, Professor Nader Ratkoch, as the president of IIU Research Center, thinks if you have ever thought about how would be the world without education, research, science, innovation, technology, or any development, then we are here the right place for you. But today, we are here and let us acquire knowledge of multidisciplinary research and education. Education and research can change the way you look at yourself and the world. Today and tomorrow, we will have a great international conference on multidisciplinary education and research. And yes, we will achieve all the 4 goals of the Vision 2030, a healthy, stable population, world-class education and training, effective social protection, authentic and transformational culture. But me today is not here to talk a lot. I will give the stage to a great personality, an amazing professor who is coming from Malaysia. He is well known, Professor Karudin Sulkarmin, FCILT, adjunct professor at Asia Metropolitan University and many more universities. Welcome, dear and respected Professor Karudin.
Thank you, my good friend, Professor Nada Ratkovic from Croatia, who is also president of the IIU Research. I am deeply humbled indeed and excited to moderate the first night of this international conference on multidisciplinary education and research. There are many schools of thought on multidisciplinary education and research, and there's a lot of pros and cons. Different countries view differently. But as Professor Nada rightly mentioned just now, via the UN SDG on education, globally we are trying to come to an agreement, to come to a what you call consensus as to what it is. So if you will allow me, before I invite the first speaker, allow me 1 or 2 minutes to quickly set the tone for our discussions tonight. I just want to say, this, as I've said earlier on, with a lot of different perspectives that is being propagated, the importance of multi-disciplinary approach in education would give a holistic understanding of different perspectives. For example, a student becomes able to compile and collaborate with people from across the spectrum, which will help them function better in the professional world that they are going to go into. And it helps students, number one, most importantly, to understand the power of new ideas, okay? And then help develop a pragmatic attitude. And the other one that I would also like to touch upon is on multidisciplinary, again, what is the importance of multidisciplinary approach in education? Through a multidisciplinary approach, a student gains an arsenal, I repeat the word, an arsenal of skills, which is problem solving, critical thinking, time management, self-management, communications and writing, analysis and research methodologies, teamwork, and what have you. And these are easily transferable across working environments. So, okay, I will not steal the time, the limelight, take away the thunder from all our esteemed, distinguished speakers who will be sharing their views from different parts of the world tonight. And without further ado, I have great pleasure in welcoming our first speaker tonight, Dr. Arun Kumar Rana, who's assistant professor at the Galgotias College of Engineering and Technology in India. Professor Dr. Arun Kumar, the chair is all yours now for 15 minutes to share with us your views. All yours, Dr. Arun. Let's give him a round of applause. Dr. Arun, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes. Let's give him a big round. He's our new doctor. A big clap for him.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. First, I would like to thank Professor Nada for inviting me again for this beautiful conference, and I am thankful to the moderators executing in a smart way this conference. And today I will discuss IoT in education sector, and I love education sector actually. And my aim to contribute lots of things in the education sector so that our students can make something for better our country. So first, I would like to share my screen. Please allow me to share my screen. Yes, I am able to share.
Please.
Is it visible, sir?
Yes, but put a full screen. If...
Yes, in processing.
Great.
Yes, today the whole topic is IoT in education system. Now, education system should be modern so that our students can gain some kind of knowledge like AI, machine learning, deep learning, data science, cloud computing, cyber security, everything revolving around the education system. Now, to connect them this kind of technology, I am just using IoT. IoT means a connection of Internet of Things with the old devices used in the education sector. So this is very interesting topic in the field of research, in the field of multidisciplinary conference. Now IoT in education system, now you can see old devices used in education system like smart board, like data collection now provide the security to the students. IoT provides the major role and backbone to the security and the extension for the research education. Now this is IoT lab in my college. You can see here a total smart lab established by the management so that student can gain the present scenario, how technology creating, how technology making, changing in the education field, how the impact of these smart technology in the future in the society. So this is a smart lab. Everything is automated with these smart devices so that we can give glances of the present scenario. Now this is smart TV. This is again example of smart devices in the education sector so that student can easily get the information. How can we process the latest technology with the help of without ports and different kinds of devices. Now this is another lab in our college. This is AR VR lab. In this lab we are just virtually we are creating some kind of devices so that we can enable, so that we can connect the devices to the students and gain the knowledge of the creation of augmented reality and virtual reality. Now before going in the depth of the education sector in the field of IoT, we should know about the internet mean this is just the connection of different devices to the internet so that data can be shared. In the case of internet, we can only share image, audio, video, and text. If you want to connect some kind of devices like bulb, AC, fridge, car, building, village, city, then now we have to discover IoT. IoT means Internet of Things, so that different devices can be connected to the internet and we can manage with the help of internet in the secure manner. Now in this slide you can see this is like a smart class, yeah, smart home. In smart class, smart home, different kind of devices like bulb, AC, security is connected to the cloud. These are clouds and these devices are internet enabled and connected to the cloud, and then data can be accessed by the user from anywhere. Maybe user in the car from anywhere data can be accessed. They can enable the AC, they can on and off the bulb. So this is the future of IoT. From anywhere we can manage the devices. This is the father of internet who discovered IoT. This is about the history. First barcode discovered by the Norman Joseph, and then head-mounted display devices so that gaming system can be started. Then first wearable computer inside the shoe for the monitoring the location of the user. Wearable computer with the eyeglass mounted display devices so that get the information of the any kind of devices. This is in 1973 first RFID tag. RFID tag means radio frequency identification tag. We are using debit card, credit card. In card there is RFID tag. We discovered in 1973. And after that, the early 1980 Coke vending machine to monitor the number of bottles, to count the number of bottles in any factory and in any machines. Now, late 1980 Kevin Austin, who discovered the RFID with connect to the internet so that data can be started. In 2004, in actual research start in IoT, lots of paper published in the field of IoT, many patents published in the field of IoT in the 2004. Now building blocks of IoT in this, you can say first we need some kind of devices, then devices have to connect to the gateway, yeah, we can say local processing nodes for the internet connection. Then we need connectivity communications, then we need some kind of software that so that data can be processed, data can be visualized, data can be provided security, and then data stored to the clouds. This is the basic building block of IoT environment. And this is industry education 4.0 education. In this you can see in first education system there was total mechanical system, nothing automated, only mechanical system, no electricity was present, no computer was present in case of first. And in just when we move from first to second education industry system, then some kind of standard change, then electricity provided so that data can be transferred with the help of electric trains, electric machines. And after second there was third revolution. In the third revolution, computer and IT system introduced, so there some kind of automations involved in the education system and industry system. And after third, and the present scenario is fourth, yeah, we can say 4.0 education system, IoT, AI, machine learning, deep learning, data science, cloud computing, 3D printing, cyber security. This is belong to the 4.0 education. So this is the requirement of the all colleges, yeah, we can say for all schools, this is the requirement standard of 4.0, so that student can learn how to change technology and how we are able to introduce in the technology in the field of education sector. Now IoT in education system applications, we can say interfacing, gaining some kind of knowledge, poster board into the enabled boards. learning at any times, anywhere. We can, with the help of mobile devices, we can just connect to the internet so that we can get the information. This is a part of IoT. If we have tab, laptop, digital device, desktop, any devices are able to connect to the internet so that we can get the information. Now, application number 4, superior safety feature. Safety feature mean if you are sending your information, then there is a requirement to save IP address of the network so that data can be safer from the hackers. This is next application. This is bye-bye to chalkboards in digital TV. We can say in smart TV, we are not just moving the chalkboard. We have digital pen, and digital pen is able to mark the data and information. Attendance monitoring system is a very, very decent application of IoT in the field of IoT education system. There was a face detection machine in the class, and face detection machine will just capture the face of the student, and within fraction of time will create the attendance. So this is another best feature. And after getting the education of industry 4.0, yeah, industry 4.0, we are able to design robot. Robot means the combination of field of robotic, artificial intelligence, sensor, big data, 3D printing, algorithm, value chains. Many technologies are enabled to the design of good robots. These are the revolution in the field of IoT devices. You can see from 2023, device will be 13.15 billion devices in this year. And when we will reach 2030, device will be 25 billion devices will be present in the range of 2030. This is huge revolution in every sector in future with the help of IoT. Benefit of IoT: efficient resource utilization, minimizing human efforts, save times, development of AI through IoT. These are the biggest benefits of IoT. Application of IoT like smart homes, smart manufacturing, smart transportation, like self-driving car is the biggest and very good example of smart transportation. Agricultures nowadays, the total agriculture depend on the automation machine. These are provided by the IoT devices. Smart buildings and smart healthcare. This is one of the biggest area in the field of IoT to provide to impact the futures. And this is the how day by day all physical parameter, yeah, all physical devices like any kind of devices like home, car, bus, train, robot, doctor, healthcare machine, everything going to the connect to the internet. Now in this example, you can see this is a bridge, and to monitor the locations, yeah, to monitor the position of bridge, there is sensor attached on the bridge, and then sensor get the data, then data transfer to the monitoring person. This is the one of the biggest advantage of IoT. And some market devices are Google Nest, smart bulbs, IQ controllers, smart baby monitors, Fitbit band, very much popular nowadays. This is working group designing hardware and software for the IoT devices for the education sector: IEEE, IoTVT, OCF, IoTSF, IETF, and IIC. These are the standard who are designing hardware, software, so that we can use in efficient manner. Solution of IoT has in education system like communication network. All universities, colleges nowadays connected to each other so that they can share information within fraction of time. This is the impact of IoT in education system. Advanced security. This is a very, very good feature in the field of IoT to provide the security so that we are able to use the devices for the transmission of the information. New generation of text. Now we have many digital devices and many digital books so that we can easily read out in fraction of time. Data collections nowadays with the help of IoT, we just provide the sensor. We get the data like temperature, humidity, pollution, any kind of data. We are able to get the data so that we can use in easy manner. Advanced school management, everything structured now going in advanced manner. These are the challenges if we are able to design. We want to deploy some kind of scenario. So these are the challenges like big data, how to manage the data, security, how to secure the data, awareness like we have to provide good value of education to the all users so that they are able to aware about the technology. These are the business model, the connectivity. These are some challenges in the case of internet. Now in India, government just providing the funding for the students so that student able to design some good project, good startup for the society. So government is now ready to provide any kind of help so that digital India is possible and in a good way, and able to provide lots of job to the students. Thank you. Thank you for my hand. And in this field, I want to discuss something. This is research-related conference. Yes, I am audible, Professor Nada.
Thank you, Dr. Arun. Are you done? Dr.
Yes,
Arun,
yes,
you're done. Huh?
audible.
Yes, sir. I am done. Just I want to show what I contributed in the field of education with the help of research. Yes, this is
Wow, this is amazing. And listen, Professor Arun, one of these things are not correct. You were more than 15 times a speaker, I'm sure. This is not correct. You need to make again 15 maybe in 1 year, not in this year. So please correct
yes,
this.
I will update, yeah, Professor. I will update, sure.
Yes.
Dr. Arun, thank you very much. It was an awesome presentation. There's
Thank you,
first
sir.
speaker to start. Yeah, to start the ball rolling, and I like the way you were putting, what do you call rocket science into simple language, so that everybody understands. So it doesn't matter you are from the engineering or from the hard sciences, or you're from the social science or business. You have stressed the point that IoT, or the Internet of Things, is the way of the future, and this is to me an important perspective or important component of multidisciplinary education and research that we are going to be talking about tonight. Thank you very much again, Professor Arun, for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you, everyone, for listening me.
Amazing.
Amazing, yes, amazing.
Yes.
Okay, without further ado, may I now call upon our next speaker for tonight. Are you there, Dr. Subrata Chattopadhyay?
Yes,
Professor
sir,
and HOD Business. Oh, okay, you're there. Professor and HOD Business Administration, University of Engineering and Management from India. So after listening to Dr. Arun, someone from the engineering, okay, and what do you call technology, you are also what do you call in another University of Engineering and Management, but you are head of department of the Business Administration School. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Dr. Subrata. Please share with us. All yours, Dr. Subrata.
thank you so much. At the outset, my regards to Professor Pradipta for inviting me to this conference on multidisciplinary research and education. And my regards to beloved Professor Nada and Professor Khairuddin, sir, and all over here. Okay. So basically, when we talk about multidisciplinary research, you see, now since we are in a local environment, global plus local environment, so the amalgamation of the different areas of research is not only a requirement, but it is a necessity for all of us. For example, you will see that the different, so for example, software companies, if you take the software industry into consideration, do they hire only software engineers? They don't. They hire mechanical, electrical, biotech, right? So from different streams, which means the industry requirement, even for a company which is into software industry, is multifaceted. Similarly, whenever we are trying to do any research, it has multiple dimensions, and hence the need for multidisciplinary research. So basically, say I want to design a particular system. I'll share with you one of my ideas. Since I am also into entrepreneurship as a global mentor for National Entrepreneurship Network. So say in an auditorium, which can house or which can sit, say 100 students or 100 participants. How will you analyze that the acoustics, the temperature, and also the distance that the people are sitting, whether they will be able to see maybe a PowerPoint presentation or a video from a distance. And also, we can use AI techniques to assess the level of attention of the participants. So you can understand whenever we talk about different types of technologies, the upcoming technologies that are there, be it into AI or AR or VR or machine learning. So all these are interrelated. We need people from technology, we need people from social sciences, we need people from economics, we need people from even history or geographical background. So all these are together very important to understand the needs of or to devise a research which is outcome oriented. Very important is this outcome orientation. Another perspective that I would like to draw upon, which is we find in most of the engineering colleges and also the technological institutes, there are many students who devise their prototype, and after they devise their prototype and maybe share the presentation in front of experts, what after that? Are they able to market their products? Do they understand the management orientation that is required? Hence, we need a blend of engineering professionals as well as management professionals together towards shaping up a particular product and understanding the market needs and aspirations. So hence, multidisciplinary research is there and it is very much required. So here we have in this forum also, professors from different areas. We can collaborate and research so as to find out the different, research outcomes. Like say, for example, if I go back to my area of PhD, which is understanding the factors which guide the business school positioning in Eastern India. Now, this can be expanded to different areas, different regions, different countries. So we can include professors from different areas, we can include students from different areas who are aspirants of business education. So, which means that research has no bounds and it has to involve the different disciplines so as to come up with a solution to a particular problem. It is multifaceted, it is multidisciplinary, multi-oriented, and those of us who can collaborate, co-create, synergize, and move ahead, they are the ones who will sustain as a researcher. Hence, I would like to congratulate every one of you and to Global Educators Forum for selecting this very, very pertinent topic of multidisciplinary research, which will be the main thing in the years to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Subrata. That was an interesting sharing. I just want to highlight some of the keywords that you mentioned: amalgamation, and I like that part, the multifaceted and the multidimensional, what do you call, students or or product which is required by the industry. I couldn't agree more with you. And AI and all that, they're all interrelated, and then outcome oriented research. Okay, and before I forget, what you have just described reminds me of Harvard. When they first introduced their MBA, it was first meant for the engineering students to prepare them for the business world. So that's along the lines of what you just shared with us on multidisciplinary education and research. Thank you again, Dr. Subrata, for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thanks, Nada, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. I now like to call upon our next speaker, Prof. Azra Tachizi, Professor a researcher and author, educationist, international speaker and moderator, and also a moderator. And Professor Azra is from Iran. Are you there, Professor?
Yes, yes,
Azra
yes,
Azizi?
I am.
She is a professor. She is an amazing personality.
Yeah,
Thank you
great
very much.
yeah, okay, yeah. Hey, that's nice. Good to see you, Professor Azra.
Nice to see
Okay,
you all. Thank you very much
right.
for invitation.
Right. Okay. So now we like to hear your 15 minutes, what do you call, around that or less, your views on multidisciplinary education and research and how that is being practiced in Iran. Is it not far from others in different parts of the globe? All yours, ladies and gentlemen. Let's join me in giving a hand to Professor Azra.
Thank you very
All
much.
yours, Professor Azra.
Sorry, because I couldn't be able to share PPT because of bad connection challenge today.
Okay, don't worry about it.
I will do by my talk. Thank you very much. Multidisciplinary education research is an approach that integrates knowledge and methods from different disciplines to address complex problems in education, also in Iran. This approach recognizes that education is complex and multi-faceted field, requires a diverse range of perspectives and expertise to understand and improve in many disciplines. In this issue, it explored the benefits of multidisciplinary education research, its challenges, and some example of successful multidisciplinary research projects. Multidisciplinary education research is about holistic understanding. Multidisciplinary education research allows researchers to gain holistic understanding of educational issues by integrating knowledge from different fields, different disciplines, and for example, study an impact of technology on learning outcomes could benefit from input of experts in psychology, computer science, in humanities, and in all fields, and such as we know about ChatGPT and other virtual technology. In all students and teachers use them to integrate technology and their knowledge to easier way to achieve all innovative way. Innovative solutions, multidisciplinary research can lead to innovative solutions to complex problem solving by combining insights from different fields. For example, study on reducing achievement gaps, filling gaps, benefit from input of experts in education and research. Improve collaboration and interaction promotes collaboration between researchers from different scholars and lead to more effective solutions, and also can help researchers to learn new skills and approach that they can apply in their own work. And challenges of multidisciplinary research education, communication. One of the biggest challenges in multidisciplinary research is communication with researchers from different fields, different beliefs, and different perspectives they have to integrate in their knowledge. And researchers may use different terminology and different idioms, have different assumptions about how research should be conducted in that method or different methods. Time constraints. Multidisciplinary research can be time consuming because it requires researchers to learn about other fields, such as psychology. We can integrate psychology and our education research to learn about other fields and integrate their knowledge into their work. Funding for multidisciplinary research projects can be difficult to obtain because funding agencies may not recognize the value of integrated knowledge from multiple disciplinaries. And example of successful multidisciplinary education research, national science, and also STEM education, also health science of learning centers, also, and conclusion, multidisciplinary education research is valuable approach that can lead to innovative solution and complex problems and fill gaps in education. Where there are challenges associated with this approach, benefits of gaining holistic understanding of educational issues and promoting collaboration, interaction, and interpretation of research from different fields make it and successful multidisciplinary research to improve education, promote equity, inclusiveness, education. Thank you very much for your listening.
Bravo.
Thank you, Professor Azra Tachizi from Iran. Well, it looks like what she was sharing with us is very much in sync with our thoughts. Remember when I started just now, I was mentioning some things about multidisciplinary education and research, complex, diverse, and holistic. And the keyword she mentioned, I'm glad that she agreed with me. Holistic understanding for education, and then the impact of technology, innovation, collaboration. And I think she also highlighted about the collaboration between various researchers from different parts of the world. So communication, she said just now, was very important. And of course, that's one of the most important challenges. Thank you again, Prof. Azra.
Be here.
Yes.
Let's move on. Yeah. Let's give another
Bravo,
round of
bravo,
applause
Azra.
from
She's
Iran,
really doing that.
from Iran, all the way from Iran. Now from Iran, we will go back to India. We are now invite Dr. Bhavin Shah, who is the head of Department Electronics and Computer Science, Electronics Engineering, Atharva College of Engineering, Mumbai, India. Dr. Bhavin, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. Hello, everyone. And greetings to all from India.
Dr. Bhavin.
From India. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Before I start, my hearty thanks to Professor Pradipta, Professor Nada, and the charismatic host for today, Professor Khairuddin, for inviting me and for the opportunity again for the topic on multidisciplinary education and research. Sir, please allow me to share my screen. I'm unable to share the screen, sir.
I think you can.
Yeah, now I can. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Hope the screen is visible.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you. So I'll begin with the topic for today, that is multidisciplinary education and research. So what exactly multidisciplinary education and research? Why the name multidisciplinary? So it's an integration of knowledge and methods from multiple academic disciplines in order to address the complex problems and promote innovation. Often involves collaboration between faculties from different departments. Now, why we are discussing about multidisciplinary education and research? To understand that, let us first understand what are the key differences between the conventional education methods and the multidisciplinary education methods on the following points. We first focus on curriculum design. So when we talk about a conventional education method, it has all the focus around a rigid curriculum, which is followed by a standard set of teaching materials. Whereas when we talk about multidisciplinary education and research, the whole focus is on flexible, adaptable, and collaborative mode of learning, which is all designed to incorporate knowledge and methodologies from multiple disciplines. Moving ahead to teaching methodology, again, when we talk about conventional teaching methodology, it is all based on the lecture based, which focused on transmitting a special subject specific knowledge. Whereas when we talk about multidisciplinary education and research, the focus is on collaborative learning, problem solving, and critical thinking skills. The whole idea is to work in team, exchange the ideas, perspectives, and develop unique solutions to the complex problems. Let me enlighten you with one of the very good examples on this particular regards. We generally tend to do research projects in engineering and in various other science and other disciplines of the education. While taking a project, it's a big task. The task is what should be the topic of the project at the level of students. At the same time, as a professor, it is a task that what is the level of project to be assigned. In the whole idea, when a project is been assigned to a student, it is his or her individual ideas working on the specific domain. This is where we are lagging it out. And this is where multidisciplinary education and research is required. Because we are talking about collaborative learning. And why not collaborative research? The NEP 2020 of lately been introduced in India, that is the National Education Policy of 2020, focuses on multidisciplinary approach. The projects could be inter-department or intra-department. If it is intra-department, it does not mean that it is specific to a student's idea. It may be of multiple disciplines involved in that. If it is inter-department, you could have a project which is assigned to even electronics engineering, computer science engineering, robotics engineering, or any other fields of discrete engineering. To enlighten more onto it, let's consider we are having a survey on oceanography. So it is not only the oceanographic who is studying the ocean which is required to give the outcome which is comparable to that complex problem. You may require a marine diver, you may require scientists, you may require the various other parameters to be tested out along with them for the collaborative disciplines. And this is where the critical thinking skills will apply. Because to solve a certain problem, instead of one brain, you will have multiple brains and multiple ideas to solve that. And of course, when we talk about collaboration, this will really enlighten out and bring out the best of the ideas onto the table, onto the surface to get the best ever unique solution to a complex problem. And this is where we talk about multidisciplinary education and research. Moving ahead to the next part, that is the faculty expertise. Of course, when we talk about conventional methods of education, we are really having a subject-specific expert in the respective fields. But when we talk about multidisciplinary education and research, yes, of course, we could have subject experts from around the globe. We could have faculty members in the disciplines who can work collaboratively on various research projects. They could share their knowledge and they could create a pool of contents which is really very much crucial and important for the young generations and for the to support the multidisciplinary education and research. Finally, we come to the learning outcomes. Of course, when we talk about conventional education, it's imparting onto subject-specific knowledge and skills. But when we talk about multidisciplinary, it's a more altogether holistic and interdisciplinary understanding of complex issues, which will really encourage to think creatively, work collaboratively, and develop innovative solutions to the real-world problems. Altogether, the benefits of multidisciplinary education and research are improved problem-solving skills because there are many brains who will work collaboratively towards empathizing mode of any complex problems that they will approach towards the research part. Followed to the problem from multiple perspectives to critical and analytical skills, creativity and innovations to better understanding of complex issues, to awareness of different disciplines and integrating various disciplines to gain deeper understanding of that particular issues. Altogether, more holistic approach, increased employability, high valued by employers, and adapting to the new roles and industries. Now it also comes with the major challenges. The first amongst that is the language. Language would be the main barrier between when we talk about the collaborative mode when it is inter-country. So overcoming these disciplinary boundaries and biases are the challenges to this. In fact, when we work in collaborations, it may happen that there are resistances to the new ideas and approaches. There may be difficulty in understanding and respecting the different disciplinary perspectives. If we have been focusing on peoples from different disciplines, that is not even focused for only to the technical. If we have a team of technical, social sciences, humanities, altogether a team which is really discrete. So this is a really big challenge about these particular regards. Communication and coordinations, languages and terminologies, communicating across the disciplines, finding common grounds, methodologies and approaches in different disciplines, and knowledge to be gained from different disciplines. So these are the strategies that could be followed for successful implementations of the multidisciplinary education and research. So to encourage open communication with mutual respect. This is a need because when we are working collaboratively, one should be open to listen to all the ideas so that a collective brief of knowledge from all would add value to the ideas and to the proposed unique solutions for the innovation. Culture of open communication and respect to different disciplinary perspectives, opportunities for interdisciplinary dialogue and collaborations, clear goals and expectations, which is really required because when we are working on a project or on a collaborative learning, the goals and the expectations should be really clear so as to drive it in a particular directions rather than moving and jumping ahead again and again to some odds, which is a real challenge to these particular regards. Setting of clear goals, objectives for interdisciplinary projects, setting and establishing clear roles and responsibilities is the much needed thing because each member of the collaborative team should be aware of their responsibilities and roles onto that particular regards, providing opportunities for the professional development, providing training and professional development to help the team members for multidisciplinary skills and knowledge and encouraging them for continuous learning and development. Altogether, in summarize, if we say the conventional education is focused on teaching subject-specific knowledge and skills within a single discipline, whereas when we talk about multidisciplinary education and research, it is altogether an integration of knowledge, methodologies from multiple disciplines to address complex problems and promote innovation in a way that which is more flexible, collaborative, and focused on developing problem solving and critical thinking skills. With this, I end the presentations and thank you very much to all the patient listeners and thank you all for giving me the opportunity to speak. Thank you so much. Over to you, Professor Heru.
Thank you very much. Awesome slide presentation, Dr. Bhavinsah. I like the way that you approach the subject. You compare the difference between the conventional and multidisciplinary. And then your key element, which you also concluded, was that the multidisciplinary education is flexible, adaptable, collaborative, and focusing on problem solving and critical thinking. I like the way you went down the pedagogy route, and when you compare the differences, you were discussing the curriculum design, the teaching methodology, and then the faculty expertise and the learning outcome. So I just summarize what you just said. Thank you very much, Dr. Bhavinsah, for an excellent
wonderful presentation.
For the topic tonight. Okay, you see we have a few speakers already. They are all approaching it and going down different
way.
Yes, very interesting, very exciting. So now let me call upon our next speaker. We are still in India. Okay, we'd like now to call upon Dr. Sudhakar Umali, adjunct professor, Thakur College of Engineering, Mumbai, former HOD, Mechanical Engineering Department, Sardar Patel College of Engineering from India. Dr. Sudhakar, where are you? Oh, I can already see your screen. Are you there, Dr. Sudhakar? The floor is now all yours.
Yes, yes. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, 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 yes. Excellent. All yours, Dr. Sudhakar.
So my screen is visible.
Can you put a
Yes,
full
yes.
screen
Can
there
you
for him?
make it?
Great.
Yes. Okay. Wonderful.
Great.
Wonderful. Full screen.
Great.
Wonderful.
So good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. So today's my topic is role of research in the educational movement. So it is very interesting topic, how to give the training to the students and faculties also.
Okay.
So levels of teachings are totally different nowadays. Only book for the examination, it is not sufficient. So I have prepared the research in the education movement is that the total research in teaching as well as in the educational system is depends on four aspects. So first is engineering aspect, industry aspect, research aspects, and technology aspects. So you must understand what is exactly role of research in the educational movement. So apply scientific methods to educational practices. I will explain in the next slides what is a scientific methods to educational practices to improve education and scientific educational research. These are very, very important in the educational moment when you want more and more research from the students. So I want to explain some of the skills we require in the engineering aspect point of view. Engineering education research is the field of inquiry that creates knowledge that aims to define, inform, and improve the education of engineers. So it is related to the academics of the particular college where students are learning. Engineering education is the instruction of basic sciences, mathematics, humanities, and other studies that are necessary for engineering practices. Engineering students are required to take courses in mathematics, chemistry, physics, computer science, economics, and others, depending on the field of study. Expert teachers generally are comfortable with a wide range of teaching strategies, varying them skillfully according to the learning task and learners' needs. Teaching for understanding requires that teachers possess different types of knowledge. So this is the very important questions. What are the desired goals or outcomes of the education? There are some questions I am just explaining to you. Second question is what are the skills, competencies, talents, attributes, and dispositions that our students are going to need to lead quality lives in the future. We must assure that all of these outcomes are equally emphasized and valued within our educational systems. Research in education is required for technological, methodological, and pedagogical styles and challenges. A second aspect is industry aspect. How do you teach to all students? Or how do you take research from all students regarding the development of industries? So that is called as industry aspect research. Today, the industry requires special skills like creativity, problem solving, and critical thinking. Today's curriculum would be designed in such a way that it should match industry-based research, training, and education. New knowledge and technologies would be developed industry point of view. Links between institute and industry are also of benefit to students, particularly research students. Industry-focused teaching learning would be designed in such a way that the institute can produce job-ready graduates and industry-relevant training. Work integrated learning is very important industry point of view. What is exactly work integrated learning? In which students can learn their skills, knowledge that are directly applicable to their future in the workforce. The challenges facing education systems and teachers are critical nowadays, and students require high level skills. Teachers must be trained for professional development. Education system therefore seek to provide teachers with opportunity for in-service professional development in order to maintain high standard of teaching. Professional development is defined as activities that develop an individual skills, knowledge, expertise, and other characteristics as a teacher. So we come to the third that is a research aspect. Exactly how do you teach for research to the students? That is called as research aspects. In what we call it as educational research, which is playing vital role in the overall development of pedagogy, learning programs, and policy formulation. It includes solving a specific problem. In the educational research refers to the systematic collection and analysis of data related to the field of education. Research may involve variety of methods and various aspects of education, including student learning, interactions, teaching methods, teacher training, and classroom dynamics. Educational research refers to a systematic attempt to gain a better understanding of the educational process, generally with view to improving its efficiency. More research is needed on the development of an approach to education that will help students to become active and critical citizens in a challenging and changing world. Educational research in many domains has already demonstrated the capacity to improve students' learning and overall development and develop more efficient approaches to a range of specific educational challenges. Problems in education are often complex, multidimensional, and contentious, and to solve such problems, interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary approaches are needed. Now we come to the very important, that is the technology aspect. So what is exactly technology aspect? How do you teach to the students with a proper technology in their domain? One of the most important aspects of technology in education is its ability to level the field of opportunity for students. Career technical education provides students and adults with the technical skills, knowledge, and training necessary to succeed in specific occupations and careers. Career technical education takes academic content, makes it accessible to students by providing it in hands-on context. Engineering research needs in career and technical education. Fundamental knowledge about the people learn can be used to design more effective education technology products that align with how the mind works. Similar frameworks could be developed to guide the development and identification of other types of effective education technology products. So this is our technology. Already I have explained. We require leadership quality, teaching quality, assessment quality. We have three basic sources. We require resources, accessibility, devices, connectivity. And hence I come to the very important, that is innovative research requirements in future technologies. So today's educators will be supported by technology that connects them to people, data, content, resources, expertise, and learning experiences that can empower and inspire them to provide more effective teaching for all learners. Technology offers the opportunity for teachers to become more collaborative and extend learning beyond the classroom. Teachers can develop some apps to solve their research issues, simulations. Use technology to provide all learners with online access to effective teaching and better learning opportunities with options in places where they are not otherwise available. Educators seek out opportunities for leadership to support student empowerment and success and to improve teaching and learning. Educators continuously improve their practice by learning from and with others, exploring proven and promising practices that leverage technology to improve student learning. Educators understand and use data to drive their instructions and support students in achieving their learning skills. Emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, we can use blockchain in technology, cybersecurity, cybercrime, data sciences, 3D printing, augmented reality, mixed reality, virtual reality, industrial robots, machine learning, Internet of Things, and autonomous vehicles. Smart cities are advancing in the industrial areas at a faster rate. So these are the areas very important nowadays to improve the students. These technology help improve the speed, quality, and services of the operations of the system. These technologies are used to meet business strategies. We are only interested in implications for business in the coming year. The world is searching for faster mobile connectivity than the existence. If researchers can innovative faster connectivity, tremendous business opportunity may create across many industries. Artificial intelligence is the growing branch of computer science concerned with the building dynamic and computer controlled machines and robots that can perform the work as human intelligence would. It is the science or engineering of making intelligent machines and intelligent computer programs. Many opportunities and challenges are associated with artificial intelligence. AI would be developed to grab the innovative potential to perform the operations of the concerned industries. AI would be used in major sectors like health, aerospace, education, law, manufacturing, agriculture, and transportation, etc. Most higher education institutions have started this technology in their curriculum as it is new concept. Many researchers have begun researching how AI suits industry and educational development. The growing use of technology and its awareness have become consequently strategic and beneficial. So it is important. This is my conclusions about how these new technologies can be useful. It is important to note that innovative research in the multidisciplinary fields is required to develop in industrial health and safety, e-governance for institutional development, batteries and electric vehicles, biofuel technologies, industrial automation, system integration, additive manufacturing, intelligent vehicles to detect an emergency and take over the control. Healthcare technologies, that is also called as e-doctor or eye doctor. A sensor technology is used in food and agriculture because the rapid change in technology in the industry happens only through fundamental development in technology, domain, processes, and tools. So we always require the economy and in education. So what is the importance of economy in industrial as well as Indian scenarios? So I want to explain some of the points. Without research and development, innovation and futuristic technology, we cannot make Atmanirbhar Bharat. This is the time that we can make our economic powerful. This is exactly the need of the country. We can make biofuels. We don't need any type of fossil fuels. Our institute has the capacity of 1,000 students. Education is the field where you can give appropriate vision to the young talented youth of our country. Thank you very much for this patience listening.
Thank you, Dr. Sudhakar Umale from India. That was a wonderful, interesting presentation that you shared with us. And I like the way you used it. You know, you were talking about the role of research in educational movement. And your conclusion, I like it, because although you're coming from an engineering college, you're talking about, you know, the levels of teaching. I think you were focusing on the levels of teaching from the engineering aspect, the industry aspect, research, and the technology aspect. And you said the innovation research also is the requirement because of the future technologies which you very elucidely illuminated to us a while ago. And I like the part where you close. So in other words, all this engineering, this latest development, AI, robotics, and whatnot, so cybersecurity is important because it's related to India's development, India's economic growth, most importantly. Thank you very much, Dr. Sudhakar.
Thank you, everybody.
Dr. Sudhakar is a great researcher, educator, so many years, and he's still working. He's still working.
Yes,
so that
absolutely.
is great. We appreciate the work of our great Dr. Sudhakar.
Thank you, Nada madam.
Okay.
So you are my inspiration.
Wonderful, wonderful. Keep doing a great job. Yes, we want to listen to you and to learn from you.
Okay, we are still in India, so I now like to invite Dr. Jain Sonal, okay, who is principal 3A International School, international speaker and moderator and motivator. Dr. Jain, are you there?
Professor Karudin, she's
Yes.
not, we lost her.
Oh, we lost her. Oh, okay.
Yes,
so,
yes, we lost her. So, you know, what what will be the conference without Nada? I will present now.
Okay, from
Just
Nada, all
Just
yours,
stop.
all yours.
Nada will present now. So
Yes, all
let
yours.
us start. How can we talk about the research without the research methods? So,
Okay.
let's see. Oh, something not good here. How can I share? This is the computer of my niece. So let me see. Okay. Did it have, let me see, F5, it don't work. It's okay. Let's go by this. I think it will work. So, coming from Croatia, University of Split, Faculty of Economics, Business, Tourism, and adoring technology and research. As our great researcher, we see, any fool can know. The point to be, it's understand. But it is important thing not to stop questioning. So curiosity has its own reason for existing. So professionally curious change agents, our great Albert Einstein. So let us see. The question now becomes, what is the future? What is the future? So if we are defining and making the definition of research, we know that research is like this: systematic inquiry to describe, explain, predict, control the phenomena. And we are talking about the observed phenomena. What it means, observed phenomena. So we know that we have inductive and deductive methods. So the main purpose is always to be helpful for anybody. You know, our research needs always to be so high, give you the information. So that is why we are researching, and every research has a goal. So we see from our great Dr. Arun, his research work. Now from Dr. Sudhamar, all our great speakers today were talking about the goals of the research. So we always need to have an opportunity to make it, to make the goals, to define the goals, to give the solutions, to exchange the knowledge. So what we are talking about? We are talking about the successful research. So sometimes we don't get good results, but you know, even we not get good results, we make a good research because we will always come to some conclusion. And if we put the questions and if we make the questions on the right way, they will always give us an answer, new idea, new invention, new innovation, new improvement. Everything will be solved. So that is what is research. Research is to see what everybody else has seen and to think what nobody else has thought. So we think about that. We think about the impacts of the research on our daily life. In every segment, we see in every field, today, in education, in the health, in transportation, everywhere. So we are thinking about that. How can we make some development? And if we talk about the development, we always talk about the technology. Always about the technology. Some steps, some sectors, it is always impossible because you can make research. So research always play a big role, a crucial role in our life. And we need to understand that. We need to understand all that ways how the humans are acting. So let's talk about the educational research. Educational research is always, we see here what our great authors are saying, all say linked to the problem solving, critical thinkers, problem solving. Today, deep thinking every day is involved in the education. So why is research important for education? There are so many reasons. There are so many reasons why education is important. First is It is always a systematic analysis. What it means, a systematic analysis? It gives you the topic, it define your process, all the objectives, everything needs to be clear, defined. So that is one manner, that is a controlled manner from, I can say, always from idea to the realization. So that is what it is providing. Always leads to great observations. What it means? It means that we have the facts in figures. We have the facts and figures in the deep, and always they are assisting to something new, to new great observation. So talking about the third thing, results in predictions. That is amazing. That is amazing when we are doing something, especially with statistics. Statistics is my special subject. You can always make predictions. You can use different methods. You can use different tools. Like example, by MS Excel, you can make a prediction. So these results in theories, in prediction, always gives you bring you and go to the hypothesis. Sometimes, you cannot define a hypothesis at the beginning of your research. By, pardon, by getting some results, you come to so many smart and clever hypotheses. Then improving the practices. What it means improving the practices, especially for our students. Today we know we have so many ways how to improve that. Like example, now in Croatia, in this month, what are I doing with my students? I have an idea of the year. I have a business challenge. I have a digital entrepreneurial challenges. I have now a festival of science. So my month April is full of competitions, full of festivals, full of I can say this is why you can improve, because we cannot talk only about that theory. Who will talk about the theory if we don't have something visible, something that we can touch, that needs to be touchable. That is why we are talking about the SMART goals. So research and education will always bring you something, bring you new, bring you the action, empower the students, empower the individuals. Five thing is developing new understanding relating to learning and teaching. Always we get something new from the Internet of Things, from artificial intelligence, from VR, from AR, from everything, from coding. How students start in the early age? They start with coding, with doing the scratches. We in Europe have the scientific discovery festival. They are learning this, and like example, they start with SPSS in the high school, because when you want to like example, when you want to put in a table man, woman's results, you need to code that data. So today you need to be multidisciplinary, also your students. Then you need to help them to bring the action. What it means to bring the action. Research will help you to do that. You will be able to understand the role of research. You will get high results. You will get so many compliments of the study. Then decision making always will help you to make a good decision. What it means, it really needs a time, it really needs a efforts. But when you get that, also a risk is everywhere. Risk is everywhere in everything what you are doing. So you need to be ready for the risk. Then bring consistency in the work. What I say, always discipline, always work, always order. When you start something, you need to finish that. You need to finish that. So sorting the work, sorting the data, making the facts, making the figures, lessons full. You will, I'm sure you will get some mistakes, but you can correct that mistakes in the steps. Motivating other. Always motivate other. I need to say, today in the early morning, my great friend, Dr. Sharda, said me, Nada, please send me 2,500 words to the conference proceeding. I know that I need to make that, but that she was motivating me, it will go out, it will be visible. So you need to find a way of the motivation. Always making motivation will give you the fruitful results. So research you can make from the age groups. It is normal that the students on the first year of the university will not be like the students on the last year, but there are you who will help the students to make that, to understand all the rules in society. So we come to the inductive and deductive methods. What is the difference between inductive and deductive methods? Inductive approaches are always with the qualitative research and deductive methods with the quantitative research. That is a big difference. So we come to the characteristics of a research. What means be a good research? It always needs to have a capture, a data, practice ethics, take care about the ethics, about the code. They need to be based on the reasons, real-time data, and the knowledge. What is for us always problem? For us always are the problems real data in the time. We always want to have the data, but sometimes we cannot have the fresh data. So that makes sometimes for us a little we are a little sad, but we know that sometimes we need 3 months, 6 months, sometimes a year to make a good research to collect the data. So research has a purpose. So exploratory, descriptive, and explanatory. What are the difference between them? I will show, like example, exploratory research is always unstructured. Descriptive is structured. And explanatory is highly structured. So here we have asking questions, and explanatory always use hypotheses. What about the time? Here we have difference in the time. Exploratory makes the early stage of decision, then later stages are for the descriptive and explanatory research. Always remember that your research needs to be valid, accurate, reliable, timely, and complete. So valid is always logical. Accurate means free of errors. We will have the errors. Reliable, because that person who investigates the way can produce the results, collected in the time frame. Timely, always take care about the time management, and complete. Always complete what you start. So there are the methods, tools, and techniques. They are the way how can you gather the data, collect the information to learn, to change what is happening. Method is not the same like the methodology. It is a big difference. Method is always a way how will you do something, a way how will you define something, how can you make it and convert it in the activity. But methodology is a study. Methodology is a study and giving you always a empirical research. So we come to the research methods: qualitative, quantitative, and mixed. Research methodology always gives you this. And what is the difference between them? The easiest way to explain somebody, what is the difference? Quantitative research is a numeric. You always need data, but qualitative is, I can say, a theoretical, non-numeric research. So let us see here. What is the mixed? For me, like example, I like the mixed methods. I like to combine both in qualitative and quantitative. Like to make the case studies. So here I'm coming back. Here is the thing. What is the main difference? So qualitative research always start with what or how. Quantitative research start with how, what, and why. How, what, and why. Qualitative identify the main argument. Quantitative have these variables, and that means independent and independent variables. Qualitative have more sub-questions. the quantitative, three types of question: descriptive, casual, and predictive. So how to conduct a research? These are the main tips. These are the main tips. Like a SWOT analysis, always we have strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and the threats. Always we need to identify the main trends, issues, opportunities, and problems. Then keep it in the frequency, make a list of our findings, evaluate all this in the SWOT analyze, prepare conclusions, prepare the recommendations about your study, act on your strategy, look for the gaps, and plan to the review. Plan to the review, because you know there's always someone who will review your work and your article, and not only one reviewer. Be sure that you will have minimum 2 reviewers for your work. I will say some things: that tool and techniques. Tool is a device, technique is a way how to carry a particle task. We have,
Prof. Nada,
yes,
Prof. Nada,
yes,
Prof. Nada,
yes.
are you going to take a longer time, or because our another speaker is already there
No,
waiting?
we can, okay, I can stop, so
Then I just finish off what you want to finish off.
it's okay. We have so many application of the digital tools in
Yes, right.
teaching. Then we can use them, especially today is very important to make the infographics. Eurostat is giving us an opportunity. So we see what we can do in Europe, what we have to encourage our students. Take care about the analysis always and interpretations. Use like example, this is one of my book, business statistics with examples in Microsoft Excel. This is a book for the students to acquire them the statistical knowledge, what they need on the easiest way. So let's continue researching, teaching online. I will stop here, stop sharing, and finish my presentation.
Yeah. Thank you. That was exciting, very interesting. It's also fresher for all those who have not been doing research for a long time. Thank you, Prof. Nada. Now, may I invite, is Dr. Smitha Shine or not? Are you there? Dr. Smitha is Assistant Professor of Loyola College, affiliated to Osmania University, India. Dr.
Yes, sir,
Smitha,
I'm
are
here.
you there? Oh, yes,
Yes, sir,
she's
I'm
there.
here. Yes.
Yes, okay. Now,
Am I audible?
yes, you are audible. So the floor is now all yours. Take us through your views on multidisciplinary education and research. Yeah, Dr. Smitha,
Yes,
all
sir.
yours.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Good evening, sir. So I'm going to share the screen. Is it visible?
Yes. Can you make it full screen?
Just a minute. Oh, it's not coming.
You go down to your left hand, right down, and then click that. Go to the small slides, go right down. I'm sure you can do, you have done that. Make it full screen.
Oh, yes, sir. Just a minute. I'm trying.
Can you do it? Never mind. You can go ahead with that. We can still see you.
Okay. Yes. So screen is visible, right, sir? Yes. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
First of all, I thank you, Professor Pradipta ji, for inviting me and to the entire organizing committee of Global Educators Forum for inviting me. So today our topic is about multidisciplinary approach in research and education. Here I'm going to talk about the multidisciplinary approach in education. So the key takeaways of my session is I'm going to explain the meaning of what is multidisciplinary approach in education, what is the importance, what are the advantages and disadvantages of multidisciplinary education, and what is the status of multidisciplinary education in India. So we all are familiar with the meaning of this term multidisciplinarity. That means it is an integration of two or more academic disciplines which collaborate for a specific purpose. For example, we can say that when computer scientists or psychologists or sociologists, they cooperate in the design of human or computer interface, all these experts are there in order to design this human interface or computer interface. Like that, for a construction project, we can see the integration of architects, engineers, or the surveyors. They commonly work together on this construction project. So we can say that that is a multidisciplinary approach. Like we can say that the STEM education. STEM means the integration of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So this is a multidisciplinary approach, like environmental education. Environmental education also is a multidisciplinary approach where it combines the knowledge from the science, social science, and humanities to explore environmental issues. For example, we can say that the students they might study the effects of pollution on the environment. Okay, so they analyze the economic cost and they benefit the environmental regulation. They discuss the ethical implications of environmental decision making. So these are all we can say that multidisciplinary approach, like what I said about STEM education, like science, the integration of science, technology, engineering, and math, where we can say that if someone wants to what construct a building or something like that, they can apply the concept of engineering, they can apply the concept of science to design that bridge, they can apply the concept of mathematics to calculate its load bearing capacity and so. The same thing. Let us take another example like the arts integration. Arts integration means that is also a multidisciplinary approach where that incorporates the art. For example, music, visual art, or drama, or dance into other academic disciplines or the subjects. For example, if a student wants to what use drama for highlight for exploring the historical events. They can use this performing arts in order to explore the historical events. So they can incorporate these disciplines into their subjects. Like if the student wants to explore the mathematical concept, they can use music. If the student wants to explore the what to say like visual art, they can create visual art to illustrate the scientific concepts. So this is what we call as the multidisciplinary approach. So for example, the best example is we can take the artificial intelligence. That is also a multidisciplinary approach. It is a relevant field in nowadays, as we all know about that. Like it is an integration of philosophy, it is an integration of psychology, it's an application of math as well as computer science, neuroscience, I mean, biological applications are there, sociology, art. So artificial intelligence is highly interdisciplinary or highly multidisciplinary. Therefore, it is it is in a holistic way. It is an integration of all these subjects like philosophy, psychology, sociology, art, and so. That means the factors we can say that the concept of all these subjects were applied in the artificial intelligence. So this is what we call as the multidisciplinary approach. When coming to India, the national education policy in 2020 that is mainly concentrated on the multidisciplinary approach in education. What is the advantage of this multidisciplinary education, multidisciplinary approach in education is a student who studies history. They can choose to pursue a minor in economics or political science, or a student who is studying mathematics. They can focus on coding or data analysis. So this is the advantage of studying or the application of multidisciplinary approach in education. Also, nowadays we know that in this fast competitive world, the corporate world, they prefer a team of people who can able to display that multiple skills. Like when we take the corporate world, like professionals, the multiple departments, we can say finance, IT, HR, marketing, warehousing, they all collectively working towards in order to solve a problem or taking control of a situation that requires a comprehensive knowledge and skills from the multiple disciplines. So that is the importance of this multidisciplinary approach in education nowadays because the student wants to survive in the corporate world. They want to be in the be a part of this competitive world. The student should know about this multidisciplinary skills, like multidisciplinary approach. So let us see, have a quick look about what are the advantages. As I told you, the students get the chance to choose the right, I mean, their subjects according to their interest, their programs from different institutes, and also the student can discover their interest during the teaching learning journey. So that is the beauty, I mean, that is the wonderful side behind this multidisciplinary approach. Also, it enables the student to create their own path. Like that, disadvantages also there, like it is on the other side of the coin. We can see the disadvantages, of course, like we cannot say that that particular student should be a master in one subject. We cannot say that. So, no master, right? The students may have, they gained knowledge of everything, but not be a master of anything. Like that, we can say that. So, that is one disadvantage of this. And also, the student they have to study a variety of subjects, so that sometimes they may make the students feel lost, right? And also sometimes some students, they have different skills, they have different abilities, they cannot cope up with this approach because they feel confused about choosing the subject because lot of subjects are there, so sometimes that will also happen. So these are the disadvantages of this multidisciplinary approach in education. As I'm representing India, I would like to tell something about what is the status of multidisciplinary education in India. As I told you, the NEP policy mainly focus on this multidisciplinary approach, and many institutes like prominent institutes like IIT Delhi, Indian School of Business, Ashoka University, they all are now in this field. They are incorporating the multidisciplinary education system in their institute. But however, we are facing some challenges like you know that the like lack of infrastructure and resources. That is one of the main challenges faced by India in order to implement this multidisciplinary education. And lack of expertise, like means the faculties are not much trained in all the fields. They are trained in some specific subjects only. So that is another challenge we are facing in order to implement this. And the infrastructure resources, I told you, lack of infrastructure and resources. Most universities and institutions in India, they are discipline, I mean, based, and the faculty is trained on a specific subject. So we are facing that lack of expertise in this area. I mean, implementing this multidisciplinary education system. And also, we have that lack of collaboration and coordination. I'm also faculty working in Loyola Academy. So I'm seeing this in order to take different. I'm teaching business administration management subject. So in that subject, there are a lot of like business analytics are there, and some other subjects related to data science are there. So sometimes we need the faculties from that department. So sometimes we cannot coordinate and collaborate with them due to some constraints because they are also busy. Sometimes they cannot stick to our schedule, and sometimes we cannot stick to their schedule. So that collaboration and coordination is very poor in implementing this. As a faculty, I'm experiencing that. So that is another challenge we are facing. And another one, the main challenge is the resistance from students and parents, because these students and parents, they still believe in that traditional way of learning. Like if I'm teaching MBA subjects, so MBA subjects, some what major domains are there, like marketing, human resource, finance are there. So students are stick to that only. They are not ready to take a different subject like digital marketing or business analytics as major. So that hesitation or resistance from students and parents are also we are facing a lot, because they want to follow in that traditional way, and they want to take that whatever the traditional subjects are there, they are stick to that. And another, these are the main challenges, as per my opinion, these are the main challenges we are facing in order to implement this multidisciplinary education in India. So let us see what are the solutions. I told you we don't have that much infrastructure and resources, so we have to implement more infrastructure and resources to this multidisciplinary education system, and we have to create more multidisciplinary universities and uh, educational institutions. And of course, we need a number of dedicated faculties in order to run that. And another challenge I told you about the collaboration and coordination between the other departments that we are facing now. So we have to be more collaborative, we have to increase that more collaboration and coordination through joint research projects or the faculty exchange programs like that. We can find a solution for that. And another resistance, I told you the challenge, the resistance from the parents and the students. So definitely, we have to create that awareness among the students and parents through the campaigns or the seminars or workshops like that. We have to conduct and convince them to take other subjects as their major. And we have to, one of the important factor is we have to restructure the curriculum, the syllabus. That is the need of the hour. But while restructuring the curriculum, it should be flexible and customizable to the student. And training the faculties, that is another important factor in order to implement the multidisciplinary approach, because faculties are trained in that specific subjects only. Because I'm trained in management subjects only, I cannot take on other subjects. So we need training in that area, like we have to conduct faculty development programs to improve our skills and capabilities in the other areas. So these are the different solutions. This is my personal opinion about the challenge solutions. Like what are the challenges faced by the multidisciplinary approach in education system in India. So I would like to end the note with this quote by Charlie Munger. If you skillfully follow the multidisciplinary path, you will never wish to come back. So that is the importance of multidisciplinary education, multidisciplinary approach in education in today's world. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Smita, for sharing us your views on this topic. If I may quickly, put it in a gist, you have defined multidisciplinary education, and I like the part that you gave the example of the artificial intelligence, which is actually a multidisciplinary, which requires multidisciplinary education. And then you discussed India's NEP, and you shared some advantages and disadvantages. And you also shared some of the skills of the multidisciplinary education in India and the challenges. And you were talking about some of the challenges, lack of infrastructure, lack of expertise, and then lack of collaboration. And also, I like the part resistance from parents and students. I was wondering why, but I would imagine, something new. I'm sure people will, because even like me, sometimes I'm used to the old conventional style of education, and then when I look at some of the new ways, it take me a while to say, oh oh, I see, this is how it's done. So, and when you're able to see the benefit, then I'm sure that there will be a lot of following. So I would imagine in different parts of the world, the same situation, the same scenario will be experienced by educators. Thank you very much again, Dr. Smita, for sharing your
Thank you so
thoughts with
much.
us. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I have now done my part as moderator for day one of this international conference on multidisciplinary education and research. I would now like to hand over the session back to my dear good friend, Professor Nada. All yours, Prof. Nada.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Khairuddin. Thank you for your great work. You are today an amazing master of the ceremony, involving our great esteemed guest speakers, great researchers, and great educators. Thank you. Thank you all for the great first day of the International Conference of Multidisciplinary Education and Research. Thank you, Professor Pradipta Mandal, the founder of Global Education Community. Thank you, Sir Piyush Pandit. Thank you, Professor Nada. Thank you, Dr. Snikta. Thanks. There are no words to express the gratitude to our great speakers, to our great moderator for the valuable time, for enriching us with the thoughts. Also, great Professor Khairuddin. Thank you. Thank you. You were all amazing. So let's thanks the person behind the success of today's event, our great founder of IIU, Sir Piyush Pandit, for giving us opportunity, for giving us our great IIU stage. Thank you. Thank you, lovely audience, for the support, for the comments, for being with us, for being a part of our first day of the International Conference on Multidisciplinary Education and Research. Please join us tomorrow at the same time. Till tomorrow, keep reflecting, learning, collaborating, enjoying, and being nice to yourself. And not only to yourself, to all be nice. Our great Dr. Sukmamar, wonderful. Dr. Bhavin, our great Dr. Smita, Dr. Arun, all you were today amazing. A big, big, big clap to all. So it's time to finish it. So bye, bye, bye to all and see you tomorrow. Bye, bye, bye.